Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. I want to welcome you out to my home on a Saturday morning. Kind of up a little early, got a lot to do today. Now the point of this video is to show that you really don't have to, when you're planning renovation work and all that, you don't have to do it all at one time. I'm planning a full-blown renovation unless things change. I'm planning a renovation in the fall of 2022. We're 2021 now. This year I'm renovating back there and turning that into Kentucky Blue. And then 2022, yes, I'm planning on doing a full-blown renovation to my yard. So as part of the renovation for next year, I've done two things to get a jump start on it. Number one, I've made my beds bigger. And what I mean by that is you can see I brought the beds out about 3 foot. Where I'm standing at now is where the bed used to be. And now it's out to here. The reason I did that is because my cryptomeria right here are growing. They're really getting big. These bad boys are probably, well, my flagpole right there is 25 foot. So the cryptomerias, they're easily 35 foot. And they're also getting bigger around. And they were starting to get out in my grass too much. And obviously, I can't do anything to the tree. I'm not going to shear it and prune it. This tree isn't designed to do that. So it is left as is. It is allowed to grow as it grows. So I compensated for that and moved my grass line out. This area might change. I'm still unsure. I'm not sure, ain't made my mind up yet. So what I did is I kind of split this part up into two sections, or into 2 years, and obviously this is dead. This used to be a strip of grass that goes through here. The other option is to get rid of this little strip right here, and if I decide to go that route, I would come right about here and just kind of come right through here and connect this and that right there, and then all of this right here would become natural area too. But what I did is I started with getting rid of this little strip of grass right here. This is by far the worst area in my yard. Obviously the crepe myrtles have grown in 8 or 9 years and they've gotten really big, and this section will be fine during the spring, early winter, over winter. It does okay, but as we get into summer and foliage starts coming on these crepe myrtles right here, and they got a really thick, dense canopy, it shades this area out, and turf types off fescue don't do all that great in full shade. So what happens is this area right here thins out a little bit. So I wanted to eliminate that. I'm in the search for perfect turf. I mean, I know, no, there's none, not perfect, no, not one. I get that. I understand that perfection doesn't exist only through one that's ever been perfect. But I like to strive for perfection. I like to try and get there. So that means I do compensate, and what I do is get rid of the turf. Because again, same situation as a cryptomeria, I'm not going to cut my crepe myrtles down. I absolutely love them. They're gorgeous. So what I'll do is I'll look at this for a year and see how I like it. And then next year, before I start planning out the actual renovation on the yard, I'll figure out by then if I want to go ahead and do away with that other grass over there that I showed you. And if I do that, my reasoning behind that is the exact same reason over there as it is right here. There's a lot of tree material through here on both sides, so that this area during the summer over here gets very little sunlight. But I am going to give it one more season to see what it does before I make my mind up. So basically I come out here last night late in the afternoon, I took my little tiller And I just kind of went back and forth, used it kind of like a dethatcher, and scratched up as much of the dead grass as I could. It's a little bit left in here, but that's not going to hurt anything. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up my liripe that I got against this wall right here, and then I'm going to space it out and spread it out all throughout this area right here. Variegated liripe, super cool plant, stays in a nice little clump shape. And one of the unique things about it is I can dig this plant up right here, and I'll take my Sawzall and I'll cut, or you can take a shovel, Sawzall or shovel will work, and I'll cut the plant up into 4 quarters. And then, so one plant becomes 4 plants. And then I come out through here and just plant them. And that'll, I think it's 12 times 4 is 48. So I can take these 12 plants and turn them into 48 plants and spread them out all through here and kind of lay out a new design. So let's get with it. Alright, well there you go. I think this turned out pretty cool right here. I like this. I'm already liking this look better than the grass look. I know I'm a grass guy, I love my turf, but when your natural areas are kind of in shape and you know where they're supposed to be and that kind of thing, and I don't know how to word it. I just simply, I think I like this better than the grass being here. You know, take a couple of years, this liripe will fill out and flush out. And I think this is gonna be a pretty cool little space here. I'm liking it. I really didn't have to move any of my irrigation heads. I got one right here I'm standing at, and it's one right around the corner and one right over there. And then the two on the opposite side, they cover all this area really well. So I don't, I won't have to do any extra watering or anything here. And so maybe this will kind of give you an idea of something you might want to try in your yard or attempt. Maybe you got a spot where the grass isn't doing all that great. You could turn into a natural area. You know, at the end of the day, the reasoning behind all this is basically due to your eyes. When you look at a yard and it's real pretty and everything looks good and in order, and there's no dirt showing, bare dirt's always a nuisance to look at. In this case right here, the grass just couldn't do great all year just because it's too much shade in this area right here. And when it thins out during the summer, it bothered me. It still looked pretty good, but it wouldn't, it wasn't like that thick, dense like it is out here. And that's what I'm going for at the end of the day. So that's instead of looking at some bare dirt, I changed it, and that's the reasoning that I did that. And now I'm really glad that I did, because I think this right here looks really cool. So now I'll look at this area where I've got the grass left and wraps around, and just kind of keep an eye on it throughout the summer and see what happens there. And again, I don't want to get rid of the turf. Okay, that's not my first priority is to do away with all the grass. I want to keep the grass, but at the same time, I want the grass to do well all year long. And historically, this little area right over here has kind of struggled during the summertime due to shade. And then that area right around the corner where it kind of opens up a little bit has struggled historically, due to shade. The tree, my cryptomeria, the trees are growing, they're getting big. And that's why I put them there, is for privacy and, just to add some flavor to the yard and to create a border around things and kind of, isolate my little space right here for me and my family. And they're doing what they're supposed to do. But as a consequence of that, the turf in the area struggle. So, you got to kind of make tough decisions in the yard and make some changes every now and then. So again, hope this helped. Appreciate you watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and I'll check you later.